Hi, I'm George Fotabong.
I'm Daniel Mehta.
Nice to meet you, Daniel Mehta. And,
Nice to meet
and
you, George.
this is Signal Gap. It's just two guys who love soccer, football, and analytics and data. And we love Football Manager. That's our game down. We love that shit down. Um, and it's just like a little discussion we have about, the state of football today, and like recruitment and scouting and how everything works together. It's like a little discussion we're gonna be having over the next, I don't know how long, for as long as we can do it for. Hopefully in the next episodes we can have some guests. As for now, it's just Meta and I. I hope you guys enjoy. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one of the reasons why we're doing this series is because we actually want to learn how football talent gets identified, and we want to talk to people who are closer into scouting, coaching, analysis, and football recruitment.
Mhm. Yeah. Daniel and I are just two basically Joes. What's the word, bro? Is it Joe Schmoes? Schmo Joes? Joe Schmoes? We're like nobodies in the world of football, so we're just two guys who love watching and finding good players, and watching their development in the world of football. But yeah,
Yeah,
so Dan, you wanna kick us off? Well, today is just like a little intro video, so we're just gonna be talking about our opinions on certain things, and we'll
yeah.
go from there.
And so, like, the kind of the thing that it kind of started off this idea of doing this series. I don't know if I would call it a podcast or like interview series, some of the sort. Is that talent is global, but like evidence is not.
Yeah.
For example, good players can exist anywhere, but not everyone gets seen. And just stuff like clips alone sometimes aren't enough context. It
Mhm.
can be stuff like a player can be really good, but depending on the opposition they played against, the level, the role that they play, consistency, mentality, it can be different. Like one stat that really like shocked me, doing a little bit of research on this, is that three teams, I mean not three teams, three countries in the world hold 18% of the world's professional football players.
Yeah, that's
I think the
crazy.
three countries were Mexico, England, and Spain.
That's pretty crazy. I would have thought at least France was up there or something.
I think it's because is it the first four levels in England is professional?
I think up until the Vanarama National League is professional, and then
Yeah,
below, I think it's like five steps maybe.
yeah.
That's a lot of players, and there's at least 20 teams in each league, 20 or
Hmm.
more. But yeah,
And
that's a lot of
each team has how many, like 30 players?
at least almost 30 players in each team. Yeah, that's a
Hmm.
lot. So yeah, explains that. Mexico kind of surprised me. Maybe I didn't
And
know
me
how many.
too. I don't know enough about Mexican football. It really impressed me this World Cup, honestly.
Yeah, they
Um,
played. They played really well. I think they played some really good football. I
yeah,
was watching a video actually today, about just like the Mexican team and their tactics and how they play. And yeah, I was starting like, oh, okay, it does make sense. They play. That's just exactly how they play. They played really well. I think the football they played kind of caught me off guard. I haven't really watched the national team play much. I
hmm.
mean, you would have more of an opinion. You watch a lot of Concacaf, right? So
I honestly have kind of been falling short on CONCACAF lately. Uh,
oh, you're slacking, bro.
I know I've been slacking. I
You
watched
watch.
a lot of CONCACAF in the 2022 World
Yeah,
Cup qualifiers.
yeah.
Um, but since then I've been slacking on my CONCACAF.
Yeah, I know that, but I think the way Mexico played was really nice. Some of the players I thought going into that was like pretty average players, and I kind of underestimated the Mexican league itself. What's the Mexican league even called? Liga MX. Liga MX. I kind of underestimated Liga MX a little bit. I won't lie. I don't think a lot of their players play in Liga MX.
I think quite a bit of them do though, like Mora, the 17-year-old.
And Jacob Zamora, yeah, that's a really
Yeah,
good player. Yeah,
yeah, he plays in Liga MX. Last
he
time I
plays.
really paid attention to Liga MX was when Toronto FC was making their run in the
Okay.
in their in the CONCACAF Champions League, and they made the finals.
Yeah, Daniel Mehta is a humongous TFC fan.
A
I
little bit, yeah, kind of like I've been kind of been they've been so bad lately. I've kind of been falling out of love with them lately, but
that's management issues. It's
yeah.
management issues. Freaking was I supposed to cuss? Oopsie. Who's been like from the Mexican team or like the host nation so far, like from all three teams, who's been like your standout players or like breakout players from all three teams?
um, for Canada has been Luke DeFrugio.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Player.
they're good. Um,
Qualification.
that he I haven't. He's just 20. He's 20, which just a
Yeah,
level of playing, and he really impressed me. And all for the U.S. I don't I don't watch a lot of the U.S. men's national team play, but Balogun really impressed me.
yeah.
Uh, I think as a Canadian fan, it's kind of hard to say. I think he's better than any striker we have. Um, I think he's really good.
Mhm.
Obviously, the controversial red card that got overtaken just happened, but
FIFA being FIFA, as per
yeah,
usual.
it's just classic FIFA.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, yeah, it wouldn't even surprise me that happened in CONCACAF. I think CONCACAF still uses uh home and away, like in aggregate,
But yeah,
if
I
you
heard
score
this.
more away goals, they still use that. I
Yeah,
think last
that's
time I went to a few years ago, I remember that Canada lost to Jamaica due to that.
that's pretty crazy, right? They need to step it up. Well, who do
Yeah,
you like from Mexico so far?
I would say Mora, honestly.
Chimboso? Yeah.
Yeah, it just like to me, it's just like mind-boggling how a 17-year-old can play like so confidently at that
That
level.
role. It's
Yeah.
really crazy. I think for me, the Mexican team to play that's kind of like surprised me. It's been that left winger Quinones. He played. I did not know he was that good. I mean, coming from what the Saudi league, he was a top goal scorer there. Kind of caught me off guard at how good he played. That goal he scored again. Who was it against? The round of 32 game he played, where it was against Ecuador. Oh my God, that goal he scored, phenomenal. That was an amazing goal. I really liked that. Um, so he's been really good. I like Gibraltar as well, but I think he caught me off guard. I knew a little bit about Gibraltar. Sorry about the notification. I knew a little bit about Gibraltar Mora before the tournament, football manager and that. But I was kind of surprised at how well he played and how much the coach trusted him in playing. That says a lot about the player. One guy who surprised me a lot on the USA team. I think there's a couple guys, but I think the main one for me was that Alex Freeman dude. Alex Freeman dude. The guy that I think he was a center back, or a right back sometimes. I don't know, or he played in the back three. I think he was phenomenal. All action center back, physical, good in the air. He's fast. He's good with the ball sometimes. Like he played really well. And I think he recently just signed for Villarreal as well. So
Villarreal? I thought he
yeah,
played for Orlando.
he just signed for them, I think,
Was it?
in the winter. I think I'm not too sure. So I'm looking forward to seeing how he does
Oh
out
yeah,
the
yeah.
step.
I just googled him.
Looking
He
forward to
did.
seeing how. Yeah, and then
Yeah.
for Canada, the Fugaro, he played. I liked him a lot. I think he still has some limitations, but
Mm-hmm.
from he was playing what the second division in Belgium this season on loan from Fulham, and
Yeah, massive step up.
yeah, so it was a massive step up to play at the World Cup. So he played really well. I wonder if Fulham is going to give him an opportunity in preseason at least,
I
or
think he probably will.
yeah. And
Also,
then
another
Nathan
player.
Saliba,
What? Pardon?
Nathan Saliba for Canada.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Saliba. He was really good.
he played
I
really well.
don't get why he did not play against Morocco. I think he was
I think it was just a yellow card thing, to be honest with
a
you.
yellow card thing, but if you're losing, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you really don't. But I guess that's just the way they decided to do it.
Yeah, I
I don't
think
really like this March.
I think he's one of Canada's best playmakers.
I agree.
Yeah. One player that I really like is Promise David.
Yeah,
Uh, it just like, really impressed me how he had to make it through. He went to Malta second division, first division in Estonia, then Croatia.
I heard your
Um,
most.
yeah, I'm
Oh
wearing a
yeah,
Malta jersey right now.
Ghana.
Um, but that just really impressed me, and how I heard. I don't know if he got dropped or cut, or if he just left the Toronto FC Academy, but how he just had a very unconventional route. to the national team and just to pro football really impressed me.
Yeah.
I know he's been struggling with injuries this season, but I would really like to see um, how he would have played probably next World Cup or Gold Cup or whatever Canada's next one playing. Uh,
Mhm.
hopefully, they play in another Copa America. But I would like to see how he plays another tournament.
Yeah. I mean, Promise David's story is pretty interesting. And I think his you have to pay homage to how he's grinded to get to where he's at right now, and also pay homage to the clubs that have taken chances on him and
Hmm.
trusted their scouts and trusted the information that they've got about a player and what they've seen in player. I think teams like the team he plays for right now, Union Saint Joa, is a fantastic example of a team that really does well with scouting and recruiting with players that seem undervalued. I think people call it Moneyball, but a player when
Well,
you
that's
see him,
baseball.
yeah, but they still apply Moneyball to any sport,
Yeah.
I guess. But when you see a player like Promise David banging goals in Estonia and Malta, you just give him an opportunity. You go look at him. I think Union St. Joe are one of those teams that really give opportunities to players playing in lower
Hmm.
divisions and take chances. I think more teams could do with taking chances on players like Promise David. Like I think Union Saint Joel, Dennis Undav. I think I might be mistaken. He might have went there to play from a third division German club before moving to Brighton and then moving to Stuttgart now. So his career progression has been insane as well. Like, but even them to find a player like Dennis Undav, who was a national German's top goal scorer at this World Cup, and he was a really good goal scorer at Stuttgart in the last two seasons. To find him in the third division says a lot about how they recruit and how they scout and how they're able to find players like that. Somewhat of a diamond in the rough
Yeah, I agree. Who do you think has been the most overrated player
at this
in
World
this World
Cup.
Cup? Yeah,
It's a great
it's
question.
a tough one. I can't even, immediately. No one comes to mind. Um,
Um,
that hasn't. Yeah.
I mean, player. Okay. Overrated. I'll say instead of overrated, I'll say player who underperformed compared to how good they could be. I say majority of the German team, but Sane definitely number
Oh,
one.
Sane. Yeah, Sane is probably
Sane is
the one.
definitely my number
Yeah.
one. I think also Koulibaly and Sadio Mane massively underperformed.
Hmm.
Koulibaly, I'll give him his grace. He had to go up against some of the best attackers in the world with Holland and Kylian Mbappe and Olise in them, but he just did not look up to it the entire tournament. Sadio Mane, I think he's just washed. Sadly, he's just washed.
I
That's
remember 2022 World Cup when Germany also got we got grouped in a group stage. I was talking to this one guy we went to high school with, and he was saying how he believes if Sane was not injured before the 2022 World Cup, Germany would have made out of the group. Now I remember DMing him, just disagreeing with him, saying I didn't see Sane as I like as that big of a game changer, and I think there was so many issues in that team. Um, I don't see adding him will really make a difference.
yeah, that's a fair point. I think if they had Nabry this year, it would have been good. Nabry or I think Musiala at 100% would have been good for them as well. But
Yeah, but
Musiala,
I see the biggest issue with Germany is they don't have a true goal scorer. They have a
mm-hmm.
lot of like players who can make good opportunities and hold the ball, keep possession. I think they had 75 possession against Ecuador, not
in Paraguay,
in Paraguay. Yeah, Paraguay. My bad.
yeah,
Paraguay. But if you can't make the chances count and you go to penalties,
yeah.
I kind of knew Germany was going to lose on penalties, just meant like with mentality going into it. I had a feeling.
Goretzka, come to the front, bro.
I know. And
That's
disappointed in
shocking.
Goretzka.
Very disappointing in Goretzka.
Yeah.
Um,
For
but
the viewers, my mom is German, so talking about Germany is a little
man,
painful.
I'm fully Cameroonian. I just would have gotten a jersey because my stepdad's from Ghana. So but my country didn't even make the World Cup. So yeah, I, I don't want to talk about it. African qualifiers this year were something. I think Cameroon just let themselves go a little bit, and it's just the way it is. But yeah, back on the topic of like Canada soccer now. Um, I think the players, I think the level of Canadian soccer. Sorry again. I think the level of Canadian soccer football has grown a lot more. The players that we fielded on the pitch this year compared to the ones that we had at the 2022 World Cup, the level is a lot better. Um, but I think youth wise, Canada still kind of has a long way to go. I used to play at a decent level. I never really played super competitive. I played for an academy called Rush. And I played for a rep team called Brampton Youth. So I've been through those little areas of playing. Um, but when looking at like OPDL, I mean, Daniel Mehta recently just sent me, fine, I called you your full name, Daniel. Daniel recently just sent me like an article where there was this guy on Substack talking about how his son went to go play an OPDL game um, against TFC or an OPDL team. I'm not too sure. And he was talking about how their technical level wasn't like the best, but their physicality was way clear of the team his son was playing on. I think that sums up Canada's soccer as a whole. Obviously, physical attributes matter a lot, but I think prioritizing technical ability at a young age and teaching kids that improving your technical ability will get you further in the world stage as a footballer than just relying on your physical attributes can go a long way in developing an entire nation's football. Um, I think USA is taking strides in doing that currently, and the amount of different competitive levels and high competitive levels they have there, and entry and pathways they have in America is leading to a whole bunch of talented players being seen and being found to reach higher and higher levels. I think Canada struggles with the identification. I think we have a bit of a not nepotism, but a bit of a favoritism issue in a way. I don't think like having one professional team in Ontario. Oh, we have more now.
Yeah, now it's
With the,
CPL, but I don't know if their academies are fully. I
they
haven't.
have some academies, but I'm not sure how those really
Mhm.
work.
And
But
Toronto FC is known for letting talent slip through.
yeah,
So
they do it. Jonathan, not Jonathan. Problem is David, for example.
Promise David
But I think
even letting go of like Schaffelberg or Marshall
yeah,
Ruddy.
yeah. But I think in general, like TFC's recruiting. I remember I played with a whole bunch of players that I was sure that could make it to TFC level, at least the academy level. I played with a whole bunch of guys that play D1, some guys who play professionally now. That I was sure at that age, I'm like, you should not be playing with me. You should be playing at that TFC academy or something. But I knew at a young age that recruitment for TFC was a bit wonky. They used to only really recruit from certain teams with certain connections, and they would only recruit at certain tournaments. I think that hampers the access you have because you're the biggest at the point where I was playing up until like 2019. They were the only professional club in Ontario, so you have the biggest pool to find talent. Yet you struggle to find the best players or even improve your academy system to the point where no one's really getting called up from TFC's youth team to the first team. Right. I think that's a huge issue. Um, I don't know how many actual youth team players have been called up to the first team apart from like Shaquille Marshall Ruddy and Jaden Nelson.
Hmm.
Other than that, and then Nobel Okello, and I think
Yeah,
that's
Ashton
literally
Morgan, Osorio.
like in the last like 10
Oh,
years.
yeah. Ashton Morgan's the
It's
first one.
yeah, like, in the last 10 years, it's literally been Nobel Okello, Jaden Nelson, and Shaquille Marshall Ruddy.
There's been a
Which
few others, but you're right. Most of them haven't really made a big
and I
impact.
think And I think being the only team in Ontario, you should be doing a lot better than that, considering the football culture in Ontario. and the amount of clubs and competitive teams we have in
How
this region.
diverse Ontario is from like
Yeah, and
a
I
big
obviously,
Portuguese, Italian, like depending on the area
yeah,
you're at.
yeah, and I think also, I think making OPDL was definitely a great step forward, into that direction.
I think one of the big issues, and I know it's also a big issue in the U.S. and you also read Australia, is pay to play, where
Yeah,
a lot of good players, if they just have the money, they never have the opportunity to even get a chance.
yeah. It's kind of like I remember I was lucky enough to have parents that could pay for certain things. Like the academy that I played for, Rush, we had to pay about I think 2,000 yearly to play. That's just to cover random fees that I have no idea that even fucking we're paying for. I had no clue. My parents just paid for that shit for me. Thank you, mom and dad. Um, but $2,000 and like just to train and things, there's a kid out there who has all the talent in the world, has all the physical attributes in the world. Just needs a little bit of training and needs some exposure that will never get it because they don't really have that money to get to that area. They don't have the level,
Hmm.
the money for those things to get the exposure that he needs. So I think there has to be a way to fix that. I think maybe, um, obviously, like if you look at England, for example, I know England's not the best use case because England has so many professional teams, so that could be easily done for them. But even on the at the semi-professional, even at the grassroots level, they don't ask players to pay to join their team or to play for them. They just join a local club and you play, and you get scouted by a team in your region if you're good enough. Because the scouts go everywhere to watch games. I think that's a whole nother that's an issue in itself that needs to be sorted out. I think if scouts in Canada actually went out and watched games everywhere where there were competitive tournaments happening, there would be a lot more talent that would slip less talent that would slip through the cracks than there is going on right now. But going back to that Substack, so the guy was talking about how
He's actually supposed to make an appearance on our
yes, yeah,
series
uh,
later this
wait
week.
to see him. Can't wait to speak to him.
Yeah.
But yeah, his Substack post was really interesting. He's talking about pay to play as well and how his son's team they clearly had better technical ability than the team they were playing up against, but the other team was just more physically imposing than they were. They still had good technical ability, but they were more physically imposing, so they could use that to their advantage to just win the game. Um, but obviously, and he was also talking about how pay to play incentivizes teams to want to win more than to actually build up
Hmm.
players, which I think is also a huge component in it as well. Like, what do
Yeah, I
you think about
agree.
that?
It's kind of like my mom's a teacher, and sometimes she talks about how sometimes people in private school just expect their students to have higher grades, so sometimes teachers can kind of inflate it in private schools just
Mm,
because of the fact. And I think it works the same in if you're paying for your kid to go in academy, you want them to win as much games. And for the average
yeah,
parent, they don't know that winning games doesn't always mean uh, your your talent is being properly developed. It could just mean
yeah,
that you're just stronger, taller, just a team, just more physical.
hmm yeah. I think prioritizing developing the players more so than winning games, I think should be something that should be drilled into youth coaching in Canada and then all over Canada and Ontario everywhere. Um, but I do like the fact that Canada they're trying to give more access to players
Hmm.
to find roots into professional sports like League One Ontario, which actually changed the name like Premier League Ontario or
Yeah,
something like that.
Ontario Premier League, I think it is now.
Interesting. I also like something like OPDL. OPDL is a great way for the best players, I guess, in a way, the best
Maybe
teams.
explain OPDL to viewers who might not be familiar.
It's like Ontario Premier League, Ontario
Hmm.
Premier Development League.
Yeah,
So I think I don't know how many teams are in it, but different age
it's
groups. I
it's
think going
it's
from
basically just U13 and U17, right?
yeah, going from U13 to U17, some teams in each age group, and it's supposed to be the best teams in each age group going up against each other in a league. But to be considered one of the best teams in your age group, we don't know what the what the how they gauge that, how they verify, oh, this team is better than this team and this team is the best. I don't really know how that's gauged. It might be like a win loss record. I'm not too sure, but I'm pretty sure you have to pay to even join that league in the first place, which is again insane.
Mm-hmm.
Um, sorry. Obviously, you have um, the TFC is gonna be one of the teams in there. Um,
I think something they need to add to promote to the CPL, if they really want to improve it, is and create a real football culture, is promotion and relegation within the league.
yeah, but then that messes up the whole financial aspect for
I
some
know because
clubs.
teams buy clubs, and then if you're an owner, you would think, okay, I'm going to buy a team, and now I bought
Oh,
this team for this amount of money, and now I can go to the second division. But I think,
yeah,
and that's the reason why it hasn't gone to MLS. But I think it's so important. For example, a team can finish bottom of the league, and who cares? They'll just come back next year. If there's a draft, they get a better draft pick, and it kind of incentivizes losing.
yeah, just to keep losing because
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna draft a player and it don't matter. You won't, you know, it doesn't matter if you lose. The fans will still come and support you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It doesn't really incentivize a football culture. Um, but I think that starts at the youth level. Rewarding kids for just winning games and not actually developing. Obviously, you want to win. Obviously, you want to instill a winning culture in your club and everything. But not prioritizing developing players is another big thing. I
Mm-hmm.
remember when I was playing for Brampton Youth Soccer, I felt like I was doing good. We were winning a lot of games. Training wise was pretty basic training. We weren't doing anything that was really maximizing my abilities. Most of the stuff I did on my own at home. But when I joined Rush, it was a huge step up. The coach prioritized trying to develop us into becoming collegiate athletes, to that level. Prioritize improving our technical ability. We used to do futsal sessions on like every
Mm-hmm.
Wednesday and stuff like that. He forced us to join an indoor league so we can get more touches on the ball. Little things like that go a long, long way. I remember even my family used to tell me that, oh my God, you gotten so much better compared to where you were like a year or two ago. And I didn't even notice it, but it's just little things like that. Obviously, I think people at the highest level they do things like this, but I think when it comes to recruitment standpoint, I think they prioritize getting the physically imposing player and trying to develop their technical ability then signing a player with really high technical ability, improving their technical ability, and then also trying to add some physicality to them as well. I think when you look at national teams like Spain, they have skinny, scrawny players in their midfield and their wings, but their technical ability goes way past the athletic ability, and it takes them further and further into my goodness. It takes them further and further into
Is it the sound coming from your computer?
yeah, I'm
Put your
getting notifications.
you should put your can you put your computer on like do not disturb?
I don't know. Can I? Hey, let's continue. Let's continue. It's all good.
Okay.
The World Cup. Oh my God,
It's
Manuel
Spain,
Akanji.
Switzerland, Colombia are doing penalties like as we
Yeah,
speak. It's two
Davinson
two.
Sanchez,
A lot of players missed.
Pucha Hernandez,
Sanchez,
man,
yeah.
Emmanuel Akanji. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. All right. What else should we talk about?
And it's the last thing we have in our kind of outline that we made before this was just some controversial World Cup calls.
Oof. There's been a lot. There's been a
Yeah,
lot.
even that one to happen today.
I'm just really. I don't even want. I don't know if I want to talk about today's match. Like
So
Argentina.
today was Argentina versus
Argentina's gonna
England.
have the World Cup. I don't even care no more. Take it. Take it. Just take it. I don't care. I think VAR is just very inconsistent. They're
Hmm.
making everything just look really sketchy, and I don't know what to think of it anymore.
Well, I was talking to George about this before. What I think some of the inconsistencies come down to is that every single league plays a little bit different, and
Mm-hmm.
referees kind of get graded based off of the feedback they get from that league.
Mm-hmm.
So a referee from England will officiate the game differently than a referee from Brazil. So just
Hmm.
since the World Cup, they have referees from every single part of the world. The refereeing per game can get inconsistent due to that.
Hmm.
Um, so like some referees might be used to more physical game, while some aren't.
Yeah, I think that's a really fair point. Um, I don't know. I just feel like I agree with that fully, but I just feel like the VAR in general is just kind of skewed. Like today's game, especially. Me and Matt were obviously discussing about it earlier, and it was just kind of like to me, it was like okay, the foul call he called for the Lissandro Martinez foul before the Egypt goal, which was a fantastic goal by the way. My goodness. Um, Also, that's another player, the guy who dribbled past four players. His come up to be playing in La Liga this season is crazy. He came through Châteauroux, an academy in France. Who I also read that players like Yohan Wissa and Mateta came through, I think, as well, which is insane. Well, players like that, he had to go through there, get released, find another club. I think it's always interesting when players like that find their way to the highest level. You can clearly see their ability, and someone else saw it in them as well. So that's a whole other aspect to it, recruitment and scouting. But um, I think that the referee he wasn't calling fouls like that the whole game because he wanted to keep the game flowing, keep the game flowing in a manner that physicality should be okay. And I think that foul itself was insanely soft. But for VAR to come and tell him to check to review that he might have made a mistake, and he changes his baseline of the fouls that he's been calling just to call that a foul, I think that's insane. I think there's
Yeah,
some corruption.
I saw this one. I forgot who it was. Um, I saw someone online talking about how he thinks the VAR referees they do nothing all game and they're just looking for a reason to get part of it.
Hmm.
Especially during the World Cup, it's kind of human nature. You
I
want to
mean,
do
well,
something, but at the end of the day, if you're really looking, obviously you're looking for calls, but if you're just looking for a reason, I don't know. Like for example, also in Toronto, the Portugal versus Croatia game with the
hmm
last I guess the center in the ball did say I had contact,
not
but
falling for
based off the
that.
video,
I'm
um,
not falling for that.
I think sometimes I wonder, can the centers pick up hair? Because
Yeah, you see, they never really explained how nobody told us how the censors work. They just
they
said
had the
this is how.
centers on last World Cup, um, but obviously nothing controversial like this happened. Just Ronaldo's Bluetooth goal.
Yeah, his blues as well. But yeah, they never really explained how the sensors actually work, how they react to certain. What if it was the fucking wind? Sorry for cussing. What if it was the wind? It literally
Yeah,
could have been anything that acted on the
a
ball. That
fly hit it. I don't know.
literally anything, but we have no idea.
Hmm.
So I don't know. There's been some really dodgy calls this World Cup.
So
I
something I
think
wish that they did was instead of just showing like the center graph for that one moment, I wish they showed it for the entire play.
well,
So you
they
could,
wouldn't do that, right?
I know, but I don't see why not. Like, there's
Because
not a good reason they wouldn't.
it exposes them, in my opinion. It exposes the corruption.
Yeah.
The corruption.
What about I guess it's the first. We're almost through the World Cup, so I have like a lot of calls, or we have a lot of controversial calls. What about the Balogun red card and the reversal of it?
I mean, that's just Trump being Trump.
But did you think it
I
was a
don't
red
know.
card?
Yes,
Me too. I see a lot of people online saying
absolutely.
it wasn't.
I don't
Um,
know how you can say that's a red card.
also the Messi red card
Should have been a red
also should
card.
have been a red card.
You
Um,
see, it's Messi. You see that one I get a little bit more because it's Messi's first game. If Messi gets sent off for 3 games, that's so much revenue loss. I get why they didn't give him a
yeah,
red card.
even with
I
Ronaldo
should
with
give him a red card though.
yeah, even Ronaldo with the Article 27 before the game.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, before the World Cup, he was
Against Ireland.
suspended one game, and then they removed it for a year. And they did the same thing with Balogun, but with him, um, you're still supposed to be suspended for your next game. They just removed that entirely, which just
I
seemed
think,
a little
yeah.
inconsistent with FIFA.
Yeah,
And now,
but
to me, it just opened up a can of worms, where it's like if a player gets a red card, is it now going to be the standard where every single time it gets moved towards in a year later when there's not a tournament
yeah.
because it doesn't have to be a next game? If I was like any team, uh, I would be asking, like for example, Qatar got the red card. If I was Qatar, I'd be thinking, okay, why he was suspended? He's suspended for 5 games. Why does the suspension have to happen during the World Cup? They could have used them against Bosnia
Yeah,
or
you
even
know,
South Africa. They had 2 red cards in the opening game.
yeah, two red cards, key players, and sent off.
Hmm.
I don't know. It's a bit like they're a bit wonky. FIFA needs to fix up, but I mean, we're just two guys. What can we really
Yeah,
do?
yeah.
There's not much we can say. You want to finish it off by let's just talk about some of our breakout players of this World Cup so far.
Like
Um,
who the best players?
Not best players, but like breakout stars, players that you think might get some moves, or some players that you found interesting while watching in general.
You go first. I feel like I
um,
kind of talked about most of it off the top of my head.
yeah, I think some of the players I really liked at this World Cup. I really liked Mbokazi, the center back for South Africa.
Sorry to interrupt you. Switzerland did win on penalties,
Oh, fuck.
4-3.
Oh, yeah, that's Argentina going to the semifinals. I already
Are they?
know.
Is that who? Is it Switzerland versus Argentina?
Yeah,
Next round.
yeah. I needed Colombia to. Oh man. Anyways, Mbokazi for the South African national team. He really surprised me. He played really well, especially that game against Canada. He's like one of our shorter center backs, but he plays. He reads the game really well. I really liked him. Um, Japanese striker Ayase Ueda. That's my dogs. That's my striker. I love that guy. He's a great player. I think he'll do. I think he's going to get a move this year. Johan Manzambi for Switzerland. Hopefully, he's fit for the Argentina game. Seeing as they just got through, I would love to see him play again. He's a fantastic player. I really love the way he plays, the way he carries himself when he plays. Um, I don't think of anyone else that's really caught my attention this World Cup. I think those three for me have been the main guys that I've been looking out for and really enjoyed watching. Obviously, Vozinha, 40-year-old goalkeeper. Wow, he's been playing right. He's been playing great.
Yeah.
Um,
Now,
yeah, how about you?
right now, I just looked up FootMob, the highest player stats on average this World Cup,
Mm,
and um, kind of what you expect: Mbappe, Haaland, Messi. But then there's someone like Florian Wirtz, who's obviously an amazing player, but Germany just got eliminated so quickly, and they haven't
yeah,
had arguably a good World Cup.
yeah.
It's kind of to me, it's kind of surprising to see any German players top five. Um, uh,
Daniel, do you remember that document I sent you with players that I really liked? And I said Florian Wirtz will win a Ballon d'Or in the next 5 years. That was what 3 years ago now.
yeah, do you see it
Holy
happening next 2 years?
no, I was so wrong. Oh my god, I
Uh,
was so wrong.
I remember you telling me around the same time. You said Yeet was going to be the biggest artist in
Let's
10
not
years.
talk about that. I think he's changed his music style.
Okay, yeah.
Uh,
But
it's like this way he makes music now. It doesn't sound the same. It's not the same.
I think one player is going to get a big step up is Nathan Saliba for Canada.
Yeah.
Um, for Mob, he was ranked 17th best player so far this World Cup.
Oh
Um,
wow.
yeah,
I think
and
he's been
then
good. He plays for Anderlecht right now, right?
pardon?
He plays for Anderlecht in the
Yes,
Belgium
yeah,
Pro. Yeah, he's a good
yeah.
player.
But who do you think is going to win the World Cup now that we're kind of the closing
Man, the
stages?
way the World Cup's going at this point, it's just gonna be Argentina again. I would love
Argentina?
for.
I think it's going to be France. I
I
still
think it's
think
gonna
it's
be
France.
France. I just think this France team is just too good. It's just too
I
good.
can't see how any team beating this French team.
No, they haven't had one slip up yet, which is kind of crazy to me. The game against Senegal, Senegal opened them up a little bit, but that was first game jitters. We'll get past that, and then they just want to
But
kill the
and who
game.
do you want to win the World Cup right now?
I would have liked Colombia, but currently, I wouldn't mind a Norway just to change things up, shake it up a little bit.
That's I
But
was
I,
thinking Norway,
I would most likely want France, if
France.
anything.
I think. it'd be cool if Morocco won. I know there's a controversy with them with AFCON, but I think it'd be cool to see an African team win.
It
Uh,
would.
and I think
Uh,
Norway. But to me, I probably if I were cheering for a team, probably Norway or Belgium.
yeah. Oh, I forgot Belgium was still in it. Yeah. You don't like the Spanish national team at all?
I do really like the Spanish national team, uh, but to me, it's just kind of hard. Like I don't want to cheer for some like the big dogs, even though uh, like going into the World Cup, I thought Spain was going to win. Um,
Yeah.
but I think it's just an opening game that kind of made me less convinced. But since then, I think they have performed better.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, Spain I think would be a cool win, second World Cup. But I think it'd be cool. I think only 8 countries has ever won the World Cup, and it'd be cool if there was a ninth now.
Yeah, no, I feel it'd be nice for that. Well,
Yeah.
we'll see how it goes. See how it plays out. We get a little break tomorrow. No World Cup games tomorrow.
Oh
It's just kind
yeah.
of. I need more. I need them to give me more. I'm addicted.
I
I
know,
hate
me
constant.
too.
I know, but it's been good. But yeah, that you wanna close this out, Daniel
Uh,
Mehta, the face.
sure. Uh, so for anyone who made it this far, thank you so much for watching or listening. We're not sure where we're going to post this yet. Most likely YouTube. We don't know if it's going to go on any platforms, but let us know. Comment, subscribe, whatever the platform you're listening on allows you
Yeah,
to. And if you want to be a guest on this, just feel free to
reach out.
send me an email, reach out, comment, reach out any way you feel, and we'd be more than happy to have you on as a guest.
Absolutely. Me and Meta, as you can tell, we like to talk and we love football. Um, so reach out, let us know. It's just a little fun chat that we have all together, just talking on our opinions. So we'd love to have more people on if they'd like to join us. Everybody's welcome. This is an open and safe space. So yeah,
Yeah, even if you want to talk about any sort of football, women's football, it could be a league anywhere in the world. Um, we don't have to talk about Canada, U.S., or top five major European leagues. It doesn't have to be even in Europe, South America, Africa, smaller European. I was thinking of Malta, smaller European leagues. Like, I think it'd be cool to get an expert on like anywhere in the world, Asia,
yeah,
yeah, or
yeah,
even if you just want to talk about your national team in the
yeah,
World Cup, or hoping, or just their performance if they didn't make the World Cup.
yeah. All right. Ooh, ooh. Sorry, it's getting to my bedtime. It's only 7 p.m. Damn, I'm getting into an unk. Getting
Yeah.
into an unk.
Okay.
All right. Thanks for
Thanks.
joining us on Signal Gap. That wraps up the very first episode. Yes, sir.